What if I told you the biggest difference between the rich and everyone else isn't money? It's mindset, not luck, not family, not the economy, but the invisible patterns inside your own head. And the craziest part? Most people never realize they're trapped in mental habits that keep them broke. But the wealthy, they notice the patterns, and then they upgrade them. From childhood, many Americans are taught to play it safe. Get a job, save what's left, work until retirement. But wealthy thinkers don't follow that script. They write their own. They operate on a different psychological frequency. One built around opportunity instead of fear, long-term thinking instead of instant gratification, and ownership instead of survival. See, rich people don't just make different choices. They see the world differently. Where most people see risk, they see leverage. Where most people see problems, they see openings. Where most people think, how much will this cost? The wealthy ask, what will this create? And that single shift, from cost to creation, is the foundation of wealth-building psychology. The average person tries to avoid discomfort, but the wealthy understand that discomfort is the price of entry to a bigger life. They're willing to wait longer, work longer, and think farther ahead than everyone else. One of the wealthiest men alive once said, most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10. And that quote alone explains why the rich keep getting richer. They're playing the long game while everyone else is playing the right now game. The truth is, your bank account doesn't start changing until your beliefs do. And wealthy people believe something most never dare to believe. I am responsible for my future, and I can design it. They don't wait for the economy to shift. They shift themselves. They don't wait for motivation. They rely on discipline. They don't chase money. They build systems that attract it. Every wealthy person understands that money isn't just a tool, it's a mirror. It reflects your habits, your confidence, your knowledge, your self-control, your fears, and your ambition. Change the person, and the money follows. And here's the part nobody likes to admit. Most people don't stay broke because they're lazy. They stay broke because they're emotionally attached to the habits that keep them comfortable. Meanwhile, the wealthy are emotionally attached to growth. The rich don't think about, how do I make money fast? They think, how do I create something valuable? They don't obsess over, what if I lose? They obsess over, what if I never try? They don't spend money to impress people. They spend money to give themselves more time, more freedom, and more options. Wealth begins in the mind long before it appears in the bank. And the moment you start thinking like someone who creates wealth instead of someone who fears it, you shift into the same psychological lane the wealthy have lived in for decades. If this story opened your mind, if it made you rethink your relationship with money, if it made you feel even a spark of possibility, subscribe, because more life-changing stories are coming.